Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Soul of Your Maya. Welcome, my beautiful Scorpios. Welcome to my channel. I am looking into your reading for August. So I will be looking into, this is you, Death in Reverse. Okay. I will look into your work, career, love for 2025 in August. Could be a little bit later because timelines are fluid. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I can't predict free will. This is a general reading. If you want a private reading, you can go to my website, Soul of Your Maya, and book a one-to-one session or a pre-recorded. We'll just go straight away. I'll just start off with work, career, money, career, and then we'll go into love. The first card that wanted to fall out was the Death in Reverse. This is your energy, Scorpio, so it might pop back up later on. If not, I'll just see what it means. Letting your guard down. Overbearing, why? You might be tested for your patience. There might be some work colleagues that have overstepped a boundary. They're very overbearing. They might even involve you in their personal life. Yeah, it's a bit of a toxic behavior. If this is not a colleague, maybe it's you, maybe something happened. Be careful who you speak to your private life about. So not everybody is your friend is what I'm hearing, but I'm also getting the scenario that somebody in your work is going through some troubles, but they also need to remember to respect your boundaries. You might need to set some boundaries with somebody. You might have been very patient with this person, but it's also like just making sure that you balance the energies out within your work environment with a colleague, or you try not to let your emotions get the better of you if you're going through some kind of wibbly wobbly time with the Death in Reversed. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up, literally, with the Death in the Reverse, Scorpio. I don't know if you feel a bit meh. You might not feel yourself at the moment, but also remember might not even be your energy. You might be sucking up the energy of other people. So do some cord cutting, set your boundaries. What is it about? Feeling left outside. Maybe you're also struggling financially. There's a feeling of not getting rewarded as much, or you might have some trouble with finding more budget or living more comfortably. What else? Saving. There's a need for saving here. I feel like you feel a bit like worried about money or an anxiety with the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. There's that kind of fear of lack of stability in money. Or maybe that's just what I'm getting. What else? What else for Scorpio? Maybe not getting the attention that you wish you want. Maybe you got to speak up a little bit more with your work. You also might be confused as to what you want. Maybe that's giving you not the the direction that you're seeking for. But I do feel like there's some options at your work where you can explore it. Explore where you might feel more fulfilled, or who you can ask for. You know what? If you're not receiving a promotion or something that you thought you were wishing for, you were holding on to, that was meant to happen because you're meant for something bigger. There's something bigger on the horizon that isn't there yet. So I do feel like if you have money worries or trouble, or you feel like you want to be able to save more, there's something coming. So the choices that you're represented with might also not all be satisfying. Any advice here for Scorpio? Any advice for Scorpio, please? Take control. Take control. Be in your Emperor energy. Be fair. Be right. Be balanced. Try not to let your emotions get the better of you. If there's something you're struggling with on the emotional side of things, put that to an end. Something that might be but you might be struggling with. I also feel like you're not, if this is also putting an end to traditions. So if you feel like you're not somebody who's 9 to 5 kind of person, there's a sense that you need to break free, put that to an end, and commit to something that you feel more called to, or becoming more, working on something that you truly feel works for you, whether that's finding new opportunities within your work environment, doing something on the side that fulfills you a little bit more. Okay, now let's see what's happening in love. What's happening in love for Scorpio? What is happening in love for my Scorpio, please? There's communication that could or could not come in. Who's this from? Somebody that you haven't thought about in a while. Somebody old coming back around. Could be Libra, Taurus. I said no. Well, Taurus was this Freudian slip. Libra, Sag, Pisces. Somebody's considering on coming back and wanting to make amends. And they want to apologize. Somebody wants to apologize for something. What is it? What is it? What happened here? Why the Page of Cups? Why? Why is the Page of Cups here? They walked away from you. They left you out in the cold. They want to apologize for walking away from a connection that actually was good for them, which is you. So expect communication, or at least they're considering that with the Eight of Wands. I do feel like they are on the brink of communicating. If not August, latest September, maybe even before August begins. Fast-moving energy. What are their intentions? Well, what's the advice for Scorpio here with this person? Take action on making sure they show up right, that apology is genuine, which I do feel it is, but don't let your emotions take over. Try to be neutral with this person, detach a little, act from a neutral perspective is what I'm getting. Don't fall straight into their arms head over heels, which I don't think most of you will do. What else? You know what? If you don't give them the attention, if you don't really, if you're like, yeah, okay, that's gonna really rub them up the wrong way, which I think they need. I feel like this person was used to getting everything from you, and they might also feel like this apology will go a long way. But I feel like they're gonna feel left out in winter because you have now set your bar. You've set your bar up much higher, and they need to get there. And I don't feel like they are there when they come towards you. I do feel like a genuine apology is coming through, but I feel like your standards have risen way higher. Okay, so just check them out when they come back. I do feel it's genuine, but I also feel like they got some more stuff to do. Yeah, what's this about? Yeah, your lesson was to learn to be happy, find happiness within yourself. You might have thought that this person was the person that made you happy, like not codependency, but a little bit, a tiny little bit. And you might have had that pattern in the past with other relationships. Doesn't have to be this, but there's just a sense of you putting your happiness in the wrong things, whether it's materialism or other people, and you were meant to find it within yourself. What else for love and Scorpio? And this person might have taught you that lesson, by walking away, for you to be forced to like see what you're actually really capable of and your worth. Unexpected. You might have this is a side note. Well, first of all, you have choices. You have a few lovers coming in wanting to courtship you. There are some Knight of Cups coming in slowly but surely. Some might be very different to what you expect them to be, but you haven't met them yet. These are new energies coming in. I also feel like there might be a fallout with a friend. If you are in a relationship, there might be a breakup because they've been keeping secrets about what their true motives are. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or a Cancer here. They're not revealing their true motives. So take what resonates with you. Yeah, 10 of Cups in reverse. This is not your true happiness, okay? On that specific scenario, there's going to be some clarity here for you. Any guidance for Scorpio in terms of love before we move on? Be clear on what you want. Cut out the people that you don't want. And don't settle for less. Know your worth. And think with your head. Trust your guts, okay? And listen to your heart. Thank you, Scorpio.